Well, welcome to another edition of Inside the Hashes. I'm Jerome Jones, and we're here with a very special guest, Landon Garretson, quarterback for Greene County. How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great, First, I want to ask you, man, you're on a little bye right now. I want to know how you feeling right now. You got a little sleep in today, on a beautiful Saturday morning?
Yes, sir. I got a little bit extra sleep, but we've been working this week. Monday we had off. He gave us an extra day because we played on Saturday. But Tuesday through Thursday we've been working our butt off. So, yes,
100%. Now off camera, we've been talking a little about the scheduling because there's been a lot of shuffling with the Georgia hurricane that we had. The chemical explosion. You guys actually have a additional bye week, so you're gonna be off for 2 complete weeks, man. How'd that feel for you?
I mean, they can either hurt us or it can help us. And the goal is that we can just put work in these 2 weeks and we can be over prepared for when we play the next team. Or if we are just lacking and we're just slacking off the whole time, then it could really hurt us. But I think that with the guys that are around us, we can put in some real work and we'll be ready to play.
Yeah, definitely. I think bye weeks, you have the issue of trying to figure out if you have to work a little bit more to get things straight or get some rest. Which one do you prefer? You prefer working, or you get some rest and recuperate?
I prefer probably just the work, because the work is always gonna even if you over prepare, at least you're ready to play. Because the rest, you can rest on the weekends and stuff like that, but I think it's definitely the work is more important.
100%. Now let's get into the games, man. Y'all doing an incredible job over there in Greene County, being 5-1, only losing one time this year. Got some good opponents coming up, but I want to know how you feeling that the season's going, and what's some things that you think you and the team can improve on.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Right now we try to run the ball a little bit more in the start to get the defenses to come down, and then we'll throw it over top of them. But we're doing pretty good. We have a bunch of great passing concepts. Thanks to Coach Banks, he knows what he's doing, and he gets us in the end zone. And I think one thing the team could work on a little bit better is just jumping on teams right away, because sometimes we'll kind of be a slow starting team, and then we'll start separating ourselves closer towards the end of the game. But I think if we can start jumping on teams from the start, we'll kill some teams. So.
Yeah, and killing some teams, man. Y'all definitely been doing some of that as well, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself as a quarterback, though. Being a leader of this team, what are some of the things that you think are your best aspects as a quarterback?
So I'd say one of my best aspects in terms of physically, I would say that I can throw on the run very well. I can make deep throws on the run. Short, medium, doesn't really matter. I can get the ball out of my hands. And then I'd say, in the case that I need to scramble out and run, I can run. I'm not the type of guy that's going to run 60 yards, juke everybody and, score, but I can make a good 20-yard run, slide, get out of bounds, and keep the chains moving.
Yeah, that's one of the things that popped off on the screen with me when I watch your tape is that, man, you can throw off platform. Do you have some baseball background on you or anything like that?
So I have a little bit. It was like a T-ball type of thing, but that was when I was real young. So we didn't, it wasn't like I didn't really work at baseball that much. But
gotcha. And you got some wheels on you too, man. I seen that as well.
A little bit. Been working on it.
Hey, it's working for Baker Mayfield, and I see a little Baker Mayfield in you, man.
Yeah, maybe so. Yes, sir.
Definitely. So let's go back, and you talked about some of your youth football a little bit just now. Tell us what got you into football and what made you want to be a quarterback.
Well, so I started off in like kindergarten with flag football because my mom did not want me anywhere near tackle football yet. So there was a lot of convincing that had to be done until I could play tackle football. But just watching football, I was always around. I always had a ball in my hand doing something growing up. whether it be a basketball, football, baseball, it didn't matter. I always had a ball in my hand. And I just really liked the sport of football. And so then I started in 3rd grade, and I was like a running back, receiver type of thing. And by 5th grade, I already knew that I wanted to play quarterback. I just never got the shot. So we just kept working and working. And then 7th grade, that's like when I really started playing quarterback. And then it just took off from there.
Definitely. Who been some of your best influences since you've been playing football?
Well, I'd say, I mean, there's a bunch of people that you can watch, you know, but I'd say like being in person with somebody, like a coach. I grew up working with Ron Veal. I'm not sure if that's familiar to you or not. He was a great coach. He's helped me get to where I am right now. And then, you know, being around my dad, he pushes me a lot to work as hard as I possibly can, wake up early, you know, try to outwork everybody. But in terms of like, you know, watching somebody on the big screen, I'd say I really like Aaron Rodgers play. You know, he's a little bit shaky now that he's on the Jets, but when he was on the Packers, I mean, he was a great quarterback.
100%. Yeah, he's still coming off an injury, so we'll see how that goes, man.
Sure.
I wanted to know, do you have any siblings, or is just yourself?
No, sir. I have a younger sister, a younger brother, and then an older sister who's in college.
Awesome. And are they all athletes as well?
My older sister isn't. My younger brother, he plays basketball. He's a big basketball type of guy. And then my little sister, she's kind of still in that stage where she's figuring out what she wants to do and stuff.
Got you. So is there any competition in the house? Who's the better athlete or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yes, sir. Me and my brother will go out into the driveway and play basketball sometimes. And, you know, one of us will get up and the other one will, you know how that gets with the competition. But yes, sir.
100%. So do you think the competition in the house kind of help you out with the competition on the field as well?
Oh, yes, sir. 100%. I think that, you know, it always pushes me to try to one up. You know what I mean? And so growing up, always being competitive, when I get on the field, it's like a second nature for me.
100%, man. What do you think is the most important part of being a quarterback, and what is it that you like about the quarterback position that, you know, makes you play so well?
Well, I'd say the most important part of being a quarterback is being able to get all 11 people on the field, including yourself, into one same music note. You guys all have to be moving at the same time, like, because everyone has this, you know, has their own job to do. Because if one person, you know, doesn't do their job, it could throw the whole thing off. So I think getting everyone on the same page and just trying to move together. You know, not just one person doing it all, trying to move together. I think that's the biggest thing. And then what was the other question?
What is it about the quarterback position you think is, you know, makes you want to play it?
I mean, I just say, you know, being leader, being in charge and you know, helping everybody, you know, get down the field. Because it's not always like telling people what to do. It's kind of motivating them and pushing them, like, because they don't have to do it. They could sit back. They could just kind of run half speed. But I think a lot of that is just trying to motivate kids and push them to a higher level to not only help you, but to just help the team.
100%. Now, you're a junior right now, and, you know, next year you're going to be a senior. Leadership is very important as a quarterback at the quarterback position. And, you know, the more seasoned you are, the more the team is looking for you to be a leader. What it takes, or how do you kind of take on that leadership role? How do you, like, is it something that you learn or something that's in you? Like, how do you think leadership kind of works for you?
Well, I would say I think like you gradually start picking up on different things, you know, like especially like me, I've been around, you know, I was at Kell, which is a bigger school, and then coming here, just seeing two different like types of cultures. I think that really helps because you can see like how kids react to different things, right? Because a lot of kids, like if you try to be an aggressive leader and tell them what to do and you're yelling and screaming, sometimes that doesn't work for kids. They kind of just shut down and they back away. But, you know, some other kids, they kind of like they'll need that. So I think it's just figuring out different kids' needs. And that just comes with, you know, being around your team a lot and your team culture and just bonding with them.
100%. Landon, I like you, man, because every time I ask a question, you got a good question for my next question. It's a good leeway. So you talked about Kell, being from Kell. You transferred from Kell to Greene County. That's a long way. I mean, looking at my map, that's a hour and 39 minutes difference. Tell us about the culture difference between the two, and what is it about Greene County that you like so much?
Well, so I'd say the culture difference, one is a lot of bigger schools. So you have a lot more kids. There's a lot more diversity. There's a lot more kids that, you may find that want to stay after practice and put in extra work, stuff like that. But I think that the culture difference in terms of like the levels of the school, I think that Greene County, like just that 1A, because I know it's 1A D2. We don't, even though it's a 1A D2, we don't play on that level. I think we could compete with a lot of like 3A schools, maybe some 4A schools. But it's not a super big change. But in terms of like the culture part, I think that a lot of that has to do with the coaches, the coaching staff. Like, Greene County's great. I love that, Coach Banks was there, who's a big part of why we wanted to end up there, and just the kids that were there. I mean, there was some serious talent on that team, but I think Kell had a little bit more discipline just because it was a bigger school. They needed a lot more discipline with a lot more kids, but Greene County, I like to feel it's a lot smaller, so the coaches are way closer to you. The school, you actually know the teachers. You're not just sitting in the back of the classroom kind of unnoticed. So I think that I like that it's smaller because it's more like a family than a bigger school.
Definitely, man. Definitely, I like that. So tell us a little about Coach Banks, man. The head coach of Greene County, and what's some of his influences and what he done to help you become a better quarterback.
Yes, sir. So I'd say he pushes me every day to like extend myself beyond the field. Because you can have the most physical attributes in the world, but if you don't have it in your the mental, you can really struggle. So we'll be in the classroom Monday and Tuesday mornings before the game on that game week. We'll be in there running over our plays, watching their film, and just really understanding. So I think a lot of what he's done is help push me beyond the field and help me my mental attributes kind of pick up and get a lot better at that. And but then on the field, he does push me. He pushes me really hard. So I think he's a great coach.
100%, man. Now you got three. So I think you got 3 more games because how the schedule is all messed up right now. But it looked like you got 3 more games, maybe 4. Last game, according to this, you got Lincoln County going to finish up the season. How do you want to finish up the season, and what's some of the challenges that you may face on the way on that journey?
Well, so we're starting to enter region play. The first 2 teams should be somewhat easier, and then Lincoln will definitely be a challenge. I'm pretty sure they're ranked, so in the top 10. So I think, they're going to be a good team. I don't know too much about them because, I'm not from down here, but all I know, like the kids have been saying they're pretty good. They can run the ball. I think they run a wing T. So they'll be trying to run it on us, but hopefully our defense, I trust in the defense to hold them up. And then our offense will do what we always do. We'll run it and then, throw it over them, come back to the run, and then, keep throwing it. So I think we really want to, try to beat teams by more, try to make some blowouts, which I think we can do. We just need to, we need to throw the ball well. So
definitely 100%. Tell us a little bit about some of your teammates, man. You got Damian Harris, Damian Roberts, Greene, stronger arm. Just to name a couple of your weapons around you. Tell us about some of your teammates and how they've been, and y'all chemistry come together to make this team so good. 5-1 start.
Yes, sir. So I'd say the first kid I met when I came down here was Steve Miller. I'm pretty sure you've heard of him. He has a bunch of offers. Right now he's committed to Mississippi State, but we'll see if he flips. But when I first came down here, I met him. He was very welcoming. I mean, all the kids were. They welcomed me in. I got literally the day I got down here, we went out to the field, we got work in, and over the summer we've been getting work, with the summer workouts. And I think our chemistry has helped. And then also getting work in with like Khalil Dorsey, Denham Harris, and Tamari Roberts. That's all helped. I mean, we stayed after practice. We would come to the field, extra hours to get that chemistry going. But it's definitely helped, us on the field, especially like, when the pocket breaks down and I'm scrambling out, we know where each other's going to be. And then I can know, their speed, where to put the ball, all that type of stuff.
100%, man, 100%. Now let's get talk about you just a little bit. I seen on your Twitter account, the first thing you got on there is follower of Jesus, which I think is really incredible and really great. Tell us a little bit about your faith and how that kind of plays a role in football on the field as well.
Yes, sir. So my faith, I think it plays the biggest part in my play on the field, because I used to get really down on the way coaches thought of me or the way I played, and then I would let that get to my head. But there was one kid that came along at Kell, and he kind of changed that dynamic for me. And he told me, that no matter what, God has the plan. So, there's no reason to get down on if you make a bad play or whatever. And just focus on God, because at the end of the day, the only one that can judge you is God. So, you're just playing for God, and that really helps me play free, and it helps me play loose and just not worry about what anyone thinks.
100% like that, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself off the field, man. What's some things that you like to do, like, video games? I know you say you like to play basketball with your brother. What's some other little hobbies that you have, off the field?
Yes, sir. So I like to be outdoors. So I'll go fishing. I like to ride dirt bikes. That's pretty fun for me. As I'm safe because I know I got football. I'm safe, but I like to be outdoors. I like to work. I do like yard work and stuff. So I wouldn't prefer to sit downstairs on a gaming system, but when it's like a chill night, maybe I'll hop on some NCAA and play. Nice.
Now, you talk about a lot of outdoor stuff, man. I'm guessing there wasn't a lot of that at Kell. Now that you're at Greene County, you get a lot more of that. You got a lot more outdoor freedom. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. 100%. Living in Marietta, there wasn't a lot you could do. There wasn't really riding dirt bikes or anything because the neighbors will call the cops, all of that. Mm-hmm. But, here you can – it's a lot more – I like it a lot better. It's just – it's more free, so I definitely like that.
Yeah, man, going from the city life to the wood life, if you will. That's
yes,
cool,
sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so you mentioned NCAA, man. When you do get on, I know you say don't get on a lot, but when you get on, what's some of the maybe a team that you like to play with while you playing?
I may sound like a bandwagon, but I like to play with Alabama. I love Jalen Milroe because he can not only can he run it, but he can throw that thing. He's got an arm on him. So I'll play with Alabama, or I'll play with Auburn a little bit. My older sister goes to Auburn, so that kind of influenced me to play with Auburn. And then sometimes I'll just random shuffle it and just play a game.
Nice. Now, be truthful. How are you on the sticks, man? How are you?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm insane. I could work on my moves a little bit, but I can play. That actually, like playing Madden and stuff, that played a role into like you can use that as a training tool, if you will. You can change like the camera angle and stuff, but I use that as a training tool. So I mean, I'm okay, but I could work on it.
Well, maybe we should get like some kind of inside the Hatchet League and have a couple of you players play against each other with us or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Now, speaking of colleges, I want to get into your recruiting just a little bit. How that's going for you? I know you just a junior. You're going to a small school, so you might not get like a ton of looks. But how's your recruiting going so far?
So far, I have some interest from like schools like Mercer, University of West Georgia, Elon, stuff like that. I've been getting game invites to those, so we'll be attending a few of those coming up in these next few weekends. But right now, it's just a lot of interest. I've been sending out film like left and right. Me and my dad to as many coaches as we possibly can. Like my, you scroll down my Twitter DMs. I mean, it's just filled with DMs to coaches with film and all that. So we're working hard on that, but I trust that Banks is going to get me in front of the right eyes, and obviously I trust God. He's got the plan. So if it's in His will for me to get an offer, then it's in His will.
100%, man. I like that. But hey, man, like I said, it's still early. Don't give up hope, man. You got plenty of time to gain that. You got the off season as well, man. So keep what you're doing going. Keep that team rolling like you are, and like you say, when adversity hits, man, keep going, because that's the biggest thing. I honestly think that's the biggest thing that coaches are looking for a quarterback. It's not all the success all the time. It's what you do when you don't have that success. When you do throw a pick or you do fumble or something like that, how do you respond?
Yes,
so
sir.
you want to see that. So keep your head up, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. All right, cool. So let's get into some fun questions real quick to end this podcast. I like to do this a lot. So let's start off with one of my favorite questions, because I'm not from Georgia. I'm actually from Jersey. So we're big on pizza up there. Yeah. So pizza or wings?
That's a hard one, but I'm going to say wings. But you got to have you got to have ranch. That's the big thing. You got to have ranch with it. But I'd say wings probably.
What's your favorite wing flavoring?
Ooh. It might have to be buffalo. I like that buffalo. But I don't like not too spicy. Because I'm not a big spice type of guy, but I like it a little bit of kick to it.
Definitely. Man, I thought you were going to say lemon pepper, man. That's like the big thing down here.
Yeah, that is. I was going to say that, but I tend to like buffalo a little bit more.
Okay. Well, you're struggling a little bit with the pizza and wings thing. Like I say, I'm from Jersey. We love pizza.
Yeah.
Do pineapples belong on pizza?
No.
Oh, come on.
No. Pineapples do not belong on pizza. It's pepperoni, cheese, and maybe here or there you could throw some, meat on there. But I don't like pineapples on there.
Oh, so you do you not like pineapples, or you don't like pineapples on your pizza? Because there's a difference.
Like pineapples on the pizza.
Pineapples
alone? No, sir, I haven't.
See, that's the problem. You didn't even try it yet.
I might have to.
It's Hawaiian. It's called Hawaiian pizza. It has pineapples and ham on it. So if you like ham, pineapples, it's good. Like I thought the same thing, pineapples on pizza, but when you try it, it's good. So maybe we should give you a slice one day or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to try it.
You gotta get it from the right place, though. You gotta get it from the right place.
That's true.
Definitely. All right. What's your favorite cereal or breakfast food to eat, man?
Ooh, well, I'd say my favorite cereal is Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops, they'll hit the spot every time. You wake up, you got to put the right amount of milk in there, though. If you have too much milk, it'll ruin it. But I'd say Fruit Loops. But if I'm about to play, a game that morning or that night, the morning I'll try to make like eggs or something, something healthy to keep me going throughout the day. But I definitely say Fruit Loops, 100% Fruit Loops.
Definitely, man. Definitely. All right, cool. PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, Xbox, 100%. Xbox, 100%. What about you? Are you PlayStation or no?
Truth be told, I'm a PlayStation guy, but I actually got an Xbox. It was a lot cheaper. I didn't have the system until NCAA came out, and it's not. Yeah. I've been playing on PC, all my games, but I was like, let me just get a cheap system. I got an Xbox, so I'm team Xbox for now, but I'm originally a PlayStation guy.
Yes, sir. I'm going to Xbox all the way.
Definitely. Okay. So, you talked about you like fishing, you like doing dirt bikes. Tell us a little bit about like your favorite type of dirt bike.
Well, right now I have a Honda. It's a CRF 150. I got it not that too long ago, but I started off on like a little pit bike when I was a little bit younger. And then ever since then, you start like once you feel a certain speed and once you feel you're on the bike, you want something bigger, faster. So I'm definitely a Honda guy, 100%.
Okay. You be popping wheelies and all that, or maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
Not during football season, obviously. Can't do that.
I was about to say I might get you in trouble with your coach.
No, not during football season. Don't do that.
Got you. And as Alonso, the fishing. What's the biggest fish you ever caught, man?
I'd say I caught maybe a 30-pound catfish or a 20,
Okay.
25-pound catfish. But, I'd say catfishing is probably, it caters to me more a little bit than like bass fishing, for example, because bass fishing, you got to move too much. And
Yeah.
I kind of just want to sit back, relax, have a line in the water. And if a fish bites, then I can fight it. But
No, I went fishing maybe one time, and I'm telling you, that takes a lot of patience and a lot of you got to stay quiet because the fish might go. What do you do while you're fishing? Like, do you listen to music? You just kind of like relax, look back, and just look at the sky. Like, what's your go-to do while you're fishing?
I like to listen to music. Definitely listen to music. I'll have a little speaker beside me, and I'll just be, sitting back, listening to music. Maybe I'll have like a water with me or something. But yeah, you definitely gotta have music. You can't just sit there in silence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you fish by yourself, or you fish like family or friends?
Usually I'll fish by myself. The rest of my family isn't really, I want to say they're like big outdoors people. Like my dad grew up in PA, so not that far from New Jersey.
Okay.
He grew up playing basketball, so he was always out like playing pickup games and stuff. So they're not big outdoor people, but it's all
You're from
good.
down here. You're from down here, so you got that nature in you.
Yes, sir.
I got you. Awesome, man. Now I want to talk about a little bit about your team, man. Your coaches. So we talked about your coach over here at Greene, Coach Banks. Tell us about him and his personality, man, and who he is as a person.
Well, he's always gonna have energy. I mean, he'll be he'll be jumping up and down, he'll be yelling and screaming. I mean, he's got the energy in him, and I think that pushes a lot of the players to also have energy, because on those days where it's slower and you kind of just want to take it slow, he's jumping up and down, getting everyone hype and all that. So he's a super fun coach. It's not always strictly just work. We'll have fun too. He'll joke around with the players. He'll be laughing. A lot of coaches take it too serious, I feel like. But Banks has done a really great job of just kind of letting himself be free. He has a great faith too, and he brings that into our team. We'll pray every after practice and after games and all that. So he's a great coach.
Awesome, man. Now, can you give me a little impression of Coach Banks when he's on the field?
Now, he might not like this one, but I know if you ask the players, they would agree. He'll always have, his play sheet. He'll be right here, and he always makes this one sound and this one face. He'll just go like this. He'll go, He'll always make that sound. I kid you not. I mean, you gotta ask the other players on my team out. They would agree. He always makes that sound, but he's a hilarious coach. So
awesome, man. That's funny. So what about your other coaches, man? Who will be, you say, the players coach on the team?
The players coach on the team, I'd say, would be Coach Gerald. He probably has the strongest faith I've ever seen. He works in like student ministries and stuff throughout Greene County and stuff like that. So I'd say, he's always there for the players. If you ever need anything, you can go up to him and talk to him. He's always there. I'd also say Coach Williams. He's a great coach. He also brings a lot of energy, but he's also, he's not like too hard of a coach that makes people want to, back away a little bit. He's a very encouraging type of coach. Like that's definitely his personality. So I'd say them too.
Definitely. Now, every coaching staff has that hothead on the team. Who's the guy that's going to be on your grill, like yelling, always getting at you?
I'd say the coach that would be like that would be Banks.
Okay.
He's definitely, he'll, if I make a wrong read or whatever, when I come back to the sideline, he'll be all on my grill. But that's part of the game that just develops you. So, but I mean, it's fun. But yes,
definitely.
Sir.
Now let's talk about your teammates, man. Who's the goofball on the team, man? You always gotta have one guy that's goofing around and whatever. Who's that guy?
100%. There's a lot of them on my team, but I'd say the biggest goofball on the team would have to be, geez. See, this one's hard because there's so many. I'd say one of them would be Denham Harris. He's always goofing around. But let's see, Juju Wynn. You've probably heard of him. Kevin Wynn. He's always goofing around. He'll get serious, but I mean whenever he's joking around, it gets funny. Him, RJ Munford. They're all funny guys. I don't think I've laughed so much in the span of 4 months in my whole entire life. I mean, they're some funny kids over there. So, can
you give me a on-field situation that just had you like, dude, we're supposed to be serious during this game, but what's going on?
We were playing a team, and we were lining up to kick a field goal, and I'm the holder. So I was back there getting ready to hold, and the kicker, he was getting his steps right or whatever, and I remember I looked over and we're waiting on the refs. They were switching the balls or something. And I remember looking over and I could just hear Juju and RJ just cracking up over there. I mean, fully laughing. I don't know at what, but they were just fully laughing in the middle of the game too. But yeah, it was funny.
That's funny, man. Like in the middle of a play, you just sitting there goofing around like that.
Yeah.
That's funny. So what about the guy that's always serious? Like, the guy that's always focused, serious, you can't really move him. He just, during the game. Who's that guy?
I'd say that guy would be, trying to think. I'd say we have one kid named Jalen Ruff. I think he's always serious. I don't think I've, of course, once you get to the sidelines, you may laugh a little bit about a play that happened there. But I think he's one of the most serious kids on the team. He's always working, and he takes the weight room serious. But I'd definitely say him. He's definitely the most serious. On the field, he just looks locked in. Like you can just tell when a kid is just locked, and that's always him. So yes, sir.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Now, my last question for you. Obviously, it's always some weird, pregame traditions or pregame rituals that people have. Have you seen anything from your team? And if so, what was it?
I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. Just blasting music and getting all hype. We do have a post game ritual that we do, which I think is really cool. Coming from a bigger school, we never really did this. I mean, we would ring, we had a bell at the stadium that we would ring once we won. But but at Greene County, they'll have they're not really bricks. They're kind of like those sandstone stepping stones type of thing. And they'll go in before the season and they'll paint them with the other team's colors. And then they'll put say we're playing Miller Grove. They'll put Miller Grove on it. And then we'll take it after the game, once we've won, we'll take it back and we'll put it kind of on this little cement part. And then we'll have a sledgehammer. They always have, I'm not sure what the tradition with the sledgehammer is, but they have one and it's painted Greene County. And we'll take it and then someone will slam the brick and we'll all keep jumping up and down. And it's super cool. Yeah. It's real
very cool. That gives me Coastal Carolina, back in the day, Coastal Carolina style. They did a lot of antics like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. That, and then going, it just hit my mind. We do pregame when we're at home. We do this thing called a Tiger Walk because we're the Greene County Tigers. So we'll do this thing called a Tiger Walk. We'll be down at the school and we'll walk all the way up around the parking lot to the stadium. And what's really cool about Greene County is it's a small community. So it's not just parents and kids from the school come out. It's everyone from the town comes out, the people that's lived there their whole lives, so they'll be there. And when you're walking up and you just have everyone sitting over kind of by the gate on that concrete area, standing by the concessions, all that, and we're walking up and we're playing music. I think that definitely gets people in the mode for pregame. So
yes, that's awesome, man. That's cool. That's some cool traditions for sure.
Yeah.
So what's your pregame tradition? You have anything for yourself?
Well, I kind of try to in terms of warming up, I try to do the same warm up because that just gets my mind right. But when I'm sitting in the locker room, I'll do some arm workouts with a band, a couple minutes before the game, just to get me right, even if I warmed up already, just to keep my arm, warm. And then I always listen to one song that I really like. It's called Waymaker. It's a Christian song. I listen to that song. I try to listen to it every time before the game, because that gets my mind right and just keeps reminding me. I try to keep reminding myself, like, no matter what, God has a plan and stuff. So I don't have to worry about, anything else. I can just focus on that. And then obviously I say a prayer before the game. And I'd say all that just gets me in that mode, just locked in. So yes, sir.
Man, awesome. Well, Landon, man, it was great talking to you today. I appreciate you getting on with us on your bye on a Saturday morning. You could have slept in a little bit more, but I appreciate you getting on with us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
100%, man. You seem like a good kid. You got a good head on your shoulders. I want to wish you luck for the rest of your season. Maybe we can get you on later on. Maybe we'll see you at the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Definitely would love to do that, man. But before we get off, man, is there anybody that you'd like to give shout outs to? Family, friends, teammates, coaches, anybody?
Yes, sir. I'd like to give a shout out to obviously my mom and dad for pushing me as hard as they do, because they're a big reason why I'm here. Ron Veal for helping me get here. And then there's one more guy, Dave Warner. He lives down in this area, but he's also worked out with me. He's helped polish my skills, another level up. So I'd like to give a shout out to them. And then just some, all the people that's ever doubted me, even at my old school when they went out to try to get a new quarterback because they didn't think I could do it. I think that really motivated me to work even harder to prove those kids wrong and show them what they missed out on. But yes, sir.
100%, man. Well, that was Landon. Great kid. 501 team with Greene County, man. Thank you for getting on once again. Thank you guys for listening to us. This is Inside the Hashes. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.